Hello there. This is Steam Deck. So obviously you haven't come to this video because you want to learn something new about Steam Deck, but you are probably here because you are interested in what Valve is doing, and this is most likely your fifth video that you're watching about this entire topic. Have I guessed it correctly, or maybe it's fourth or sixth? I'm not joking. So um, you must know, for those of you who don't know me, right? I'm a kind of a split soul between free software enthusiast and a passionate gamer. I love video games. But I want to make some things a little bit clearer for those of you who don't really know me just yet. I have Xbox. I haven't used it for a long time, years, I think. I think it was probably the stupidest thing that I bought, the Xbox Series X, right? I mean, it's a really great product overall. But the topic is not Xbox, the topic is a little bit about freedom. So the thing is, I paid some money for this box, I played it a little bit, I get tired of it, and I wanted to install Linux on it, and end of the road. I can't do that. It's locked down too tightly. Nobody ever cracked it, and you just can't do that. Overall, the hardware is a really good one. It would be a great Steam box. Would you agree? I mean, the specs are quite good, and you can't do that. So it's not really your hardware, you know. It's Microsoft's hardware that you're just kind of borrowing, lending, however you say it in English, like perpetually, and you're it's a lease, you know, it's a lease, and it's not really your hardware. With what Steam, I mean Valve is doing, it's completely the opposite. It is a box that you purchase. It is your box. You can do with it whatever you want, and it's great. I mean, if you really want to install Windows on it and make it a normal PC, you can. If you want to install Ubuntu on it, you can. If you want to install Nix OS on it, you absolutely can. If you want to install Omarchy, you absolutely can. If you want to leave it in the console mode as shipped by Valve, you absolutely can. And Valve will encourage you to do that. So what Valve has presented now, beyond the Steam Deck that we already have, is the Steam Machine. It is the new controller, and it is their VR headset. So let's get into these things one by one. The Steam Machine is pretty simple product, and what I'm going to say is it kind of echoes my own imagination. For many months, years even, I have been talking to my friends about how it would be wonderful if Valve would manage to accumulate the balls, enough balls to launch something like a PC, something like Steam Deck, but for hooking up to your monitor or to your TV, in order to make it a console, but a big one, the powerful one, right? So the Steam Deck is not powerful enough to play modern games, and you can't really hook it up. I mean, you can play modern games on it. You can play Cyberpunk on it, Cyberpunk 2077, but the whole experience is not designed to be hooked up to your 4K TV, because the way Steam Deck works, it is going to output 800p to your external television by default, and you're going to get the same experience as on the 7-inch screen, just blown up to whatever the size is of your external screen. This is less than ideal. If it's a low demanding game, you can make it output in full HD, in 4K. I did play some of the native 4K games on Steam Deck on my big screen TV, but they are the few and below. A lot of games really require a decent power if you want to chase such resolution. And this is where the Gabe cube comes in, because this is pretty much exactly what I was asking for. And Valve apparently has been listening, not just to me, but to pretty much everyone, because this is exactly what they have shipped. They have shipped something that resembles PlayStation 5 all around in terms of graphical power. It's close enough. Maybe even beyond PlayStation 5 in some modern titles that require some modern RDNA 3 plus architecture, while with some more simplistic games that don't really rely on anything specific to RDNA 3, maybe it's going to be a little bit slower than PlayStation 5, but then it has a CPU that is kind of I would dare to argue double the performance of what PlayStation 5 has. So all in all, I think we can expect whatever is designed to run on PlayStation 5, you're going to get it in equal visual fidelity on the Gabe Cube, but it will be locked to 60 FPS. And this is what most people want. And I think they kind of nailed it. And it comes down to the pricing. So I'm gonna just jump into this immediately to set the bar where the expectation lie. I have been talking to my friend yesterday about the pricing, and he says if it's 800 euros, I'm going to pre-order immediately. And I said, what if it's 700? Then he said, even easier than that, then it's a no-brainer. So this is kind of a sentiment from someone who is mostly a Nintendo Switch gamer and who used to play video games on the big consoles, right? And even on PC. But he's kind of tired from all of the problems that track PC gaming. And it's not PC gaming's fault per se. But the thing is, a lot of developers simply chase PlayStation 5 and they optimize for this one device. And the PC is kind of an afterthought because most developers have the RTX 5090 and the game works fine on our development PCs. If you want the game to run on your PC, just buy more expensive hardware, go into the 2000 euros plus territory and you're going to be good. That's hardly ideal for PC gaming, and a lot of people are kind of tired of maintenance. A lot of people just want to lie down into their couches, just press a button on their wireless remote and have everything laid down in front of them. And this is what PlayStation gives you. But what PlayStation doesn't give you is freedom to do whatever the hell you want with your box. Maybe you can argue that a lot of people don't want this freedom, but I care. I care that this is my box. I want to be able to hack it whatever I feel like today. Today I wanted to install Linux on my Xbox. I can't do that. Tomorrow I want to, I don't know, install OpenBSD on my Gabe Cube because I just feel like it. This is what I want to do with the hardware that is apparently my in my ownership. This is what I expect from something that I have paid with a single purchase for. This is my hardware, right? And this is what Valve is selling. So from this perspective, we are kind of on the same track. Personally, when I saw the specs, I'm pleased with the specs. I'm pleased with the specs because it will allow the price to be affordable, and it will force developers of video games to optimize their video games for PC. If we buy like 5 million pieces like we did with the Steam Deck, then the developers will see, you know, there are like 5 million potential customers who expect our games to just work on their boxes, and we have to optimize. When they do that, then all of the Gabe Cube owners will be absolutely happy about it, thrilled about it even, and all of the other PC players who didn't invest into the Gabe Cube will also be happy because the game will run even better on their PCs because it has been optimized for the lowest common denominator. And this is absolutely awesome. Concerning the price range, maybe it's unfair to expect this thing to cost less than PlayStation, because PlayStation, I think the minimal price is like 600 euros right now for the base slim model. But I don't know if it's fair from me to expect them to go lower, because that would be kind of weird. But the specs kind of are there, you know. So if they are not able to hit 500, I think they will be able to hit 600. My friend is probably laughing at me right now because he's expecting 800, but let's just wait and see. You know, if they will hit the right price point, they will sell more pieces. If they don't hit it, they will sell still, because it seems to be a good product. But overall, this is the range which we are expecting it to sell for. So the CPU, I already said, it's really good. And the GPU is also pretty good. The only thing I am slightly worried about is that they're saying semi-custom RDNA 3 GPU. And what semi-custom means, I have no clue. But FSR 4 is a really important technology, and it only works on RDNA 4. But what semi-custom means, what semi-custom can mean, is that this GabeCube GPU actually supports FSR4, like properly, because PlayStation 5 Pro still runs kind of RDNA 1 plus. It's the same core architecture that runs on the Slim model, but it supports FSR4 in the Sony mode, right? It's called PSSR, I think, but basically that's FSR4. And if Sony can do that on a really old GPU architecture from AMD, then Valve can definitely do that in the you know, the way that they communicate with AMD, to just backport the technology, the FSR4 technology, into the RDNA 3. This is something that I would like, semi-custom wording to mean, because RDNA 3, all in all, is a great technology. The only thing that it's missing is like proper FSR4 support. I mean, FSR4 can work on regular, you know, RDNA 3 cards on PC, but let's see where this goes. This is the only worry that I have, because if it doesn't hit home with the like RDNA 4 level of FSR4 support, it's going to leave a small stain on the launch, you know, on the launch, let's say, window. You know, these are my words and my expectation and my best guess and my educated guess and whatever you want to call it. Going down to the controller, I don't have too much words about the controller. The previous one was quite a hit. The new one is a lot better, apparently. So we'll see. I'm definitely getting one along with the GabeCube. because I think the Gabe Cube and the controller will sell separately, and this is another reason why I was hoping that they will be able to hit 500 with the Cube, because it will most probably not sell with the controller. I have like other controllers that I can use, and essentially I don't need the new controller, but it seems like a really cool technology with a lot of bells and whistles, so I'm going to get the controller as well. And going down to the last one, which is the VR. So that's going to be another thank you from me to Valve, because for the longest time I have been wishing for Valve to attach Linux to my eyes, literally. And this is exactly what I did, because I don't care that much about raw performance of video games inside this device as much as I wanted to be able to flawlessly stream my VR games from the Cube, from my PC into my eyes, because MetaQuest does this exactly perfectly, and I don't really need the Valve's VR device in order to stream video games to my eyes, because with MetaQuest I can already do that from Steam. But you know, I feel warm around my chest when I can consolidate my gaming soul with my free software enthusiast soul in a way that I can remove as much as proprietary software that I can from the devices that I own. And believe it or not, MetaQuest is pretty locked down, and you're not supposed to install Arch Linux on it. You're not supposed to install Debian on it. What Valve is apparently doing is they're going to ship SteamOS running on ARM, on Snapdragon, on your eyes, and by default it is going to be streaming first experience. And yes, it is proprietary software running on it, but also on top of Linux, which is definitely not proprietary. So if they're going to give us freedom to hack our VR devices, then I'm most probably getting one as well, and I will get rid of the MetaQuest, because they are kind of redundant in this regards to streaming video games. Another thing that Valve is doing is something that I heard about in the rumors down the line of the past year, which I didn't really want to believe in order to not get too much disappointment, because I didn't really expect them to succeed. When they said here is the Steam Deck, it's going to run all your Windows games, I was going to like, haha, like you're joking, right? If it can run like 20% of Windows games, thumbs up for that. But turns out it can run whatever they promised, except a couple of anti-cheat loaded video games, which generally would work if the companies like Bungie and Epic Games would not be so selfish to forbid us from playing these games on Linux. From this perspective, this is going into the right direction. This is going in the right direction because they are now promising that we are going to be able to play mobile VR games. What this means is that whatever the game has been created for MetaQuest, which is running Android, whatever the VR game has been created for MetaQuest, you are going to be able to sideload the APK onto the Steam VR headset and play this game inside your Arch Linux powered VR goggles, which is going to run through another type of Proton translation layer, which is basically going to translate your Android games into your Linux games. And this is where Valve excels into doing a lot of the wizardry that enables them to enable us to play video games on the way that we prefer. And personally, I prefer to play my video games on Linux. And I haven't been playing on Windows for the longest time because I never really felt the urge to go back to Windows for a couple of years now. There has been a couple of years when was the last time that I have had the urge to go back to Windows because something that I really wanted to play just didn't work on Linux. Nowadays, pretty much all of the video games that are made for Windows work on Linux as well. And I would expect Valve to pull the same thing with the Android VR games as well. Maybe not day one, but over the course of the next 2 years, I believe they will be able to pull that off. Because what they did show so far is that they're not they're not willing to go anymore in the direction which they aren't certain about, if that makes sense. So from that perspective, this is good for video games. This is good for us Linux fans. This is good for us Linux gamers as well. And also they're kind of giving us the possibility to run Windows x86 games to run on Linux ARM CPUs, apparently. So that's going to be interesting to see how that is going to work out. More on that, I'm sure we are going to hear about later on. But all things considered, I think from a lot of standpoints, this is really good. As I said, for both Linux fans and gamers alike, PC gamers alike, because this brings us a lot more freedom into choosing the way we want to play our video games. That's going to be it from me today. Please give it a like and subscribe. There will be more coverage on these topics for sure. And for the rest of this video, just see the list of my most favorite people on this channel. These are my supporters that are committed to making this channel better and better.